everybody. Just figured I'd drop this quick video. It's about 10 o'clock. I had some house cleaning in the house to do. It's Sunday, and we're out here trying to button up the living quarters in the hauler. I haven't been shooting a lot of video because I've been working. I've been working like crazy trying to get this done, or at least to a good point where I can stop and go back to work in the shop, because as fun as this project is, it's not paying any bills. So I got to go back to work in the shop and actually, cut, grind, and weld some more. But I wanted to drop this video and tell you about what I have in the trailer and what I still need to do. But we are really, really close to being done. Right now I have plumbing to do. I have to route and plumb all of the propane for the appliances. And I have to wire the 12 volt side of the electric. The 120 volt side is already wired, and I have lights in here now, and all the outlets work. As you can see, my space heater is running away here. I just turned it on, which is why you can still see my breath. That little space heater actually gets this place toasty warm. When I fire up the furnace, it should run you out of here. But anyway, let me show you around, and you get to see what I've been working on. So here is the dinette. Now what you didn't see before was now we have overhead cabinets. And then in the back of this overhead cabinet we have a little pantry. And then a refrigerator. Everything's all trimmed out. And I had to make this door because I didn't get all of the doors from the motorhome. And this void, if you remember, this is where the range hood goes, and then this spot here is where it actually vents to the outside, which I haven't cut yet, obviously. So, all said and done, from bare four walls, the insulation, the paneling, all of the appliances, I have about $2,200 to $2,500 by the time it's all said and done and plumbed and ready to go. Somewhere in that ballpark. $2,500 is not a bad price. If you were to buy all of these components separate, it would be substantially more. So how I did it was, a friend of mine bought a usable motorhome just to tear the engine and trans out. And then I bought everything else out of the motorhome for $600. Now, some advice on that. If you have a friend that has hot rods, get with him, go in on a motorhome, buy a big block and a transmission for him, and then you take what's left, because that is the absolute cheapest way to do it. The other thing I'm going to advise you on is, when you get that motorhome, take everything. Everything! Even stuff you don't think you're going to need. Like the door catches, the cabinet doors, the pump, the tanks, wires. Take wires. Take everything out of it. Just leave a skeleton that looks like Swiss cheese. Take everything, because you can always throw it out later. It's hard to have to buy it again. Case in point, I got most everything. That window, another window just like it, this door, all the cabinets, the range, the refrigerator, the shower, the toilet, the black and gray water tanks. I even got this handle from the entryway. I got everything for $600. The freshwater tank that I couldn't get out of the motorhome because I couldn't find it. It's somewhere, but I could never find it. Anyway, that's $130 just by itself. These two little windows that the motorhome didn't have. I got that one, and then there's one on the other side. Those were $70 a piece. So that's $240. That's almost half the money I spent on everything else for 3 little pieces. So get everything. If you think you won't need it, get everything. Even the access doors on the outside, buy them because they're not cheap. This refrigerator that I have in here is $800 used. So get everything. Even if you think you're not going to use it, get it anyway. Like I said, you can always throw it out or sell it. But anyway, some of the pieces I had to make. This door here, I had some old barn wood, so I just made the door that I needed. And I got some spring-loaded hinges and the little spring latch there so it stays shut when we're rolling down the road. And that's nice. The countertops. If you were to buy countertops at the store, first of all, let me get a shot of this. That area is not big at all. I think it's 70 inches end to end. So you're going to have to buy 8 feet of countertop to cut most of it away and throw it away. So what I did was, again, I had some old barn wood, made me a countertop. Looks pretty cool. The backsplash is just going to be a piece of polished stainless steel with trim on the edges. Doesn't have to be expensive, it's just got to work. So what we're down to now is the ceiling. Because right now you can see up top here, I have my lights in, but there is a distinct lack of finishing on the ceiling. So this cut 2x4 here is the border for my drop ceiling. And I wanted to make a drop ceiling because I want to hide the lights. Now up here, here's a good trick too. The inside of this trailer is 99 inches wide, so 8'3". How big is a sheet of paneling? Yeah, 8 foot. How long is a 2x4? 8 foot. So where do you make up those other 3 inches? I cheated. I got 3-inch wide trim pieces, and then voila, no big open seams. So there's my tips and tricks, and right now we're going to get started putting the drop ceiling grid up. Now last night I got the grid painted. It only comes in white when you go to the store. You can order different colors, but it's more expensive in different colors, and I wanted it right now, so I just brought it in, bought the white, brought it in, scuffed it and painted it. It's been drying overnight, so now we're going to start putting the grid up for the ceiling. Here is all the grid pieces. All the long pieces are there, and then all the short cross pieces are down there on both sides. Oh, barnwood. Again, barnwood. My little divider door here. Now that looks pretty cool. It's just a sheet of plywood framed in barnwood. See? Just a plain old piece of plywood. Here's another little trick. See this handle here? That's important. See how tight this door fits because I didn't want any air gaps? Here's another little trick. Before you finish this door, walk through it and slam it shut behind you. Make sure that handle is on the back of the door. Otherwise, you got to dig through and try to find something to pry that bitch open so you can get back out. Yeah. Well, there you go. First piece of drop ceiling grid up. Now remember I said that the inside width was 8'3", So I took some 2x4s and screwed them to the wall, and that makes up my 3-inch difference, and it gives me something to screw to for the grid. So you can kind of see all across there. And then it comes up here because I don't want a drop ceiling over my bed. You know, it's already kind of tight in there, so we're going to stop the drop ceiling there, and it should be pretty nice. All I have to do is repeat that process all the way around and there. And then we have the border for the drop ceiling grid up. So let's get after that. Alright, so all the border pieces up for the drop ceiling. Now we can start laying the grid down the middle. That's what I have to work with so far. And if you're curious as to why I'm doing stuff the way I'm doing stuff, there's a very simple explanation for it all. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but it seems right. Okay, the grid is up, and what I did was I took an extra corner piece and ran it the length, and that is actually screwed into the cross members in the ceiling of the trailer, and then drilled holes and ran my support wire down to the grid. And I only did one support in the middle because, well, the ceiling's only 8 foot by 8 foot, so I don't think I need any more than that. Anyway, I'm going to go start laying tiles in this thing, and we're going to see how it looks. Well, I have officially had it for one day. It was nightmarish, it was cruel, but I got it done. I wound up managing to break one of the light tiles, so I got to go buy another one. Here's another helpful hint. The entire light tile must be supported when you cut on it, because it cannot support the weight of itself. Like if you're going to cut a straight line across it, you'll get about 2/3 of the way across before it breaks off the rest of the way. Now I know. Anyway, it turned out pretty decent. Check it out. That is my new drop ceiling. Big white square in the middle. And back here, it goes up on a 45. And those are all screwed together and wedged in there, so they will never come out. But there you go. This motorhome is darn near done. Darn near done. That's where I'm going to break it off for the day. Want to thank you for following along. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Let us know what you think. And as always, we'll see you all down the road.